When Rick Smith went to the polls last week, he looked at the top of the ticket and he just knew he wasn't ready to vote for any of the names in front of him.
I felt like none of the major party candidates represented me, so I had to write in somebody.
State data shows that he's one of about 11,000 Granite Staters this year who decided not to vote for any of those major or third-party presidential candidates, which means they either filled out multiple options, left it blank altogether, or like Rick, wrote in a name.
Some people write in Mickey Mouse, right, just as a protest vote, but I wanted to put someone's name down that I felt like actually represents my values.
Rick ended up putting down Dr. Ron Paul's name, a former presidential candidate, saying he feels like a political orphan of sorts.
I think being undeclared like that gives me that ability to move around politically as to where I think it aligns with my beliefs.
Even though the numbers are still coming in, data shows that millions of Americans may have done the same. Secretary of State David Scanlon says historically, most people show up just to vote for president. But this isn't unheard of, especially with a hard-fought governor's race.
When you have an election like this one, there may be some voters that did not like their choices, period.
Rick says he always votes from the bottom of the ticket up and hopes others will think more about local races too.
So you should worry more about what's closer to home that can actually affect you than who's sitting, in Washington, D.C.
And again, Scanlon said that it was that governor's race that really might have been a draw for people, even if they weren't thrilled about who was at the top of the ticket. We're live in Manchester tonight. Ariel Metropolis, WMUR News 9.